Alright, let's ease into this one together. Take a nice, slow breath in through your nose. Hold it for just a second, and let it out through your mouth long and easy. Feel your body settle. Shoulders dropping, hands loosening, maybe even closing your eyes if it feels right. This is your pocket of calm right now. Wherever the day has you. Maybe stretched out on the couch with the lights low, headphones in while the house quiets down, driving through the dark with the windows cracked, or stealing a late-night moment in bed. Just let everything else fade for a bit. No notifications, no to-do lists, just the story waiting to unfold. The tale we're stepping into tonight is called Shadows in the Lava. It's set on the rugged Kohala coast of the Big Island. Black lava fields under blazing stars, the smell of salt and sulfur in the warm night air, whispers that might be coming from somewhere very old and very deep. If you're in the mood to relax and let a little mystery wrap around you, get comfortable. Sink in deeper. And hey, I'd love to picture where you are while this story plays out. Drop a quick comment below. Where in the world or just in your little corner of it are you listening from right now? Ready? Breathe easy. And let's begin. Shadows in the Lava. It was one of those evenings in Waikoloa where the sun dipped below the horizon like a bloody egg cracking open, spilling yolk across the Pacific. The air smelled of salt and plumeria, mixed with that faint, acrid tang of sulfur from the distant volcanoes. I'd been living here for 6 years now, ever since the divorce cleaned me out and left me with nothing but a beat-up Ford pickup and a job managing the grounds at the Hilton Waikoloa village. Name's Tom Hargrove, and if you asked me back then, I'd have said life was about as exciting as watching grass grow on a lava field, which is to say, not at all. Waikoloa ain't your typical Hawaiian paradise. Sure, there's the resort strip with its manicured lawns and infinity pools overlooking the ocean, but drive a mile inland and you're in the Badlands. Black rock stretching out like the charred skin of some ancient beast. The Kohala Coast, they call it, but to me it always felt like the edge of the world, where the earth had been scorched clean and left to brood. Tourists came for the beaches and the luau's, but the locals knew better. There were stories, old Hawaiian legends about Pele, the volcano goddess, or the night marchers, ghosts of ancient warriors. I never put much stock in that crap. I was a practical guy. Mow the lawns, fix the sprinklers, go home to my one-bedroom condo and crack a beer while watching the Red Sox lose another one. That all changed the night of the blackout. It was mid-July, hot as hell even after dark, and I was wrapping up a late shift. The resort was buzzing with guests, families from the mainland, honeymooners sipping Mai Tais. I was out by the lagoon, checking the pumps when everything went dark. Not just the lights, the whole damn grid. Phones died, cars stalled on the road, even the emergency generators hummed for a second and then sputtered out like they'd been choked. It was eerie, that sudden silence. No hum of air conditioners, no distant roar of the waves drowned out by music. Just the stars blazing overhead, brighter than I'd ever seen them, like pinpricks in a black curtain. I stood there, flashlight in hand, thank God for old-school batteries, listening to the murmurs from the guests filtering out from the hotel. Power outage, someone said. Probably a transformer blew. But it didn't feel like that. There was a weight in the air, a pressure behind my eyes, like the onset of a migraine. And then I heard it, a whisper. Not words, exactly, but a low hiss, like wind through the palm fronds. Except there was no wind. I shook my head, figuring it was fatigue. Long day, Tom. Go home. The power came back 20 minutes later, flickering on like nothing happened. The news the next morning blamed it on a solar flare, some geomagnetic bullshit that knocked out satellites for a bit. But I couldn't shake that whisper. It stuck with me, burrowing in like a splinter. A week later, things got weirder. I was at the local dive bar, the Lava Lounge, nursing a longboard logger with my buddy Keone, a native Hawaiian who ran fishing charters out of Aneho Malu Bay. Keone was a big guy, tattooed arms like tree trunks, always spinning yarns about the old days. That night he was quiet, staring into his beer. "You hear about the dolphins?" he asked finally. "What dolphins?" "Out in the bay. Whole pod beached themselves last night. 20 of them, all lined up like they were waiting for something. Healthy ones, too. No signs of disease or nothing." I shrugged. "Stranding happens. Navy sonar or whatever." Keone shook his head. "Nah, brah. These ones, they were singing. Not clicking like normal. Singing like human voices but underwater. My cousin was out there. He recorded it. He pulled out his phone but the battery was dead. Damn thing. Been happening all week. Phones glitching, apps opening on their own. I laughed it off, but driving home, my radio cut out mid-song, replaced by static. And in the static, that whisper again. This time it almost formed words. Listen. Coming. I told myself it was interference from Mauna Kea, the observatories up there messing with signals. But sleep didn't come easy that night. Dreams plagued me. Vivid ones, where I was walking through the lava tubes under Waikoloa, those ancient caves formed by Pele's fire. In the dream, the walls pulsed like veins, and eyes watched from the shadows. Non-human eyes, glowing faintly. I woke up sweating, the sheets twisted around me like ropes. The next day at work, I overheard guests complaining. A family from Ohio said their kid's tablet started playing videos by itself. Clips of deep-sea creatures, bioluminescent things glowing in the abyss. Freaked the boy out, the dad said. Kept saying he heard voices telling him secrets. Secrets. That word stuck. Waikoloa was full of them if you believed the lore. The petroglyphs at Puako, ancient carvings of men and turtles and gods know what. I'd hiked there once, felt the weight of history pressing down. But now it felt like something else was pressing, something alive. I decided to talk to Dr. Elena Vasquez, the marine biologist who consulted for the resort's dolphin lagoon. She was sharp, mid-40s, with dark hair always tied back and eyes that missed nothing. I found her by the tanks, watching the dolphins circle lazily. "Tom," she said, not looking up, "heard you were asking around about the beachings." "Yeah." Keone mentioned it. "You think it's related to the blackout?" She finally turned, her face pale under the tan. "Maybe, but it's bigger. Look at this." She pulled up her laptop showing data graphs. Seismic activities off the charts, but not earthquakes. Micro-tremors like something's vibrating under the island. And the dolphins, they're exhibiting unusual behavior. Echolocating at frequencies we've never recorded. Almost like they're communicating with something deep. Deep? Like the ocean floor. Or deeper. She lowered her voice. "I've been diving off Kona. There's a vent field down there, hydrothermal. Last week, I saw lights. Not lava glow, structured lights, pulsing in patterns. Like Morse code, but not. I felt a chill despite the heat." "You report it? To who? NOAA? They'd laugh me out. Besides, my equipment glitched. Cameras fried. Like an EMP hit M. That night, the whispers came again, louder. I was on my balcony, staring at the dark hump of Mauna Loa, when my TV turned on by itself. Static at first, then footage, grainy clips of Waikoloa from above, drone-like, but no drone I knew. It zoomed in on people, me, Keone, Elena, going about our days. And overlaid, text scrolling, "We see. We know. We are here." I yanked the plug, heart pounding. Hallucination. Hack. But deep down, I knew it wasn't. Something was reaching out, subtly, like fingers brushing the back of your neck. Word spread quietly. At the farmer's market in Waimea, folks whispered about crops growing overnight, patterns in the fields like crop circles but in taro patches. Up in the observatories on Mauna Kea, astronomers reported anomalies, stars blinking in sequences, as if signaling. One guy, a postdoc from Caltech, swore he decoded it. Binary for awaken. Awaken. That word echoed in my dreams now. The lava tubes called to me, pulling like a tide. I resisted at first, but curiosity or compulsion won. I grabbed my gear. Flashlight, water, a knife, for what? I didn't know. Drove out to the edge of the resort, where the pavement gave way to rough lava. There's an entrance there, hidden behind ohia trees, a crack in the earth leading down. The tube was cool, damp, the air thick with minerals. My boots crunched on loose rock. I'd explored these before, empty, echoing places, but this time it felt alive. The walls gleamed with moisture, and as I went deeper, I saw markings. Not petroglyphs, but fresh etchings, symbols that shifted when I looked away, like optical illusions, but real. Then the whisper, closer. I froze. It wasn't in my head. It reverberated off the stone. Ahead, a glow, faint blue like bioluminescence. I crept forward, heart in my throat. The tube opened into a chamber, vast, with stalactites dripping like fangs. In the center, a pool of water still as glass. But under the surface, shapes moved. Not fish forms, amorphous, glowing. I knelt, shone my light. Eyes met mine, hundreds, embedded in a gelatinous mass that pulsed with light. It wasn't animal. It was intelligent. Ancient, maybe from the vents Elena mentioned, or older, from when the islands were born in fire. We have waited. The voice said, not sound but thought, blooming in my mind. Earth's children grow. We guide. Subtly. Images flooded me. Flashes of history. These beings, call them the deep ones or whatever, had been here eons, influencing from shadows. Inspiring myths, nudging evolution, whispering inventions into dreams. Edison's bulb, Einstein's relativity, subtle pushes. Now, with humanity teetering on AI, climate collapse, they were revealing more. Not invasion, integration. Why me? I thought. You listen. I stumbled out, dazed. The world looked different, colors sharper, air humming with unseen energy. Back home, the news trickled in. Global glitches, people reporting dreams of unity, leaders making sudden policy shifts toward peace. It was subtle, like King would say, the monster not in the closet, but in the mirror, part of us all along. But in Waikoloa I knew the truth. The intelligence was awakening, and we were just beginning to hear its song.